Hi, good morning everybody. It's quite a long time since I've made a video as live. I like to make my videos as live as possible, even the recorded ones. Try not to edit them, just free flow with what I'm going to say. But I need to be careful of what I say this morning because there's some detail in it that I want to share with you rather than just channel nature, which is what I prefer to do. This evening, which is Monday, Bank Holiday Monday here in the UK, 26th of August, at 7 p.m, I'm joining a wonderful lady, Althea Finch, who's the PainFree specialist, on her podcast. And the subject of our podcast this evening is finding our true selves with nature. Now, Althea is somebody I met just before Camp Out 2024, and she came to Camp Out 2024 that I was on, guiding my natural mindfulness walks. And we were talking on a walk about how what we're both doing aligns, finding connections in what we're doing. And I learned from Althea that pain is a message that needs to be heard. And that really resonated with me and many of the people that were with us listening to Althea's inspiring and wonderful talk at Camp Out. And it got me thinking that if pain is a message that needs to be heard, what is the message that I need to hear that is causing me so much pain? Now, I think of myself as pretty tough. I can tolerate a lot of physical pain, but my Achilles heel is emotional pain. In 2002, I thought I'd felt the most emotional pain I could ever feel. I'm not going to talk about that now, but I will touch on it in the podcast this evening. I was lost. I was lost because I'd, in my own mind, thought I'd lost everything. And one of the things the universe does when you put out a statement like, I've lost everything, is it reminds you of the things you haven't yet lost that you could lose. And at that point, I lost both my parents within 6 months of each other. And so all the losses I was feeling and felt pain for, which were more materialistic, and they were losses that I'd learned to value. I'd learned to worship, I suppose, in another way, like money, like position, like face. I'd lost face. I'd made choices that weren't good choices. I'd behaved in ways that weren't, that resulted in loss. And again, I'm not going to go into too much detail of that. It's in my book, and I'm going to talk about it a little bit tonight on the podcast at 7 p.m. But just when I thought I'd lost everything, the universe reminded me that there are things in life that we should be valuing more that I'd now lost. For instance, my connection, my physical connection with both my parents. I felt that loss again over the last 4 weeks with another deep loss. I lost a beautiful friend, a friend who I married in the 80s and had 3 beautiful children, wonderful children with, and then lost, I thought, in 2002. It was one of my losses that I was feeling bad about and feeling self-centered around. And I lost her again. She passed, sadly, and I feel that loss deeply, but I also feel the loss for the loss my children feel, and that is painful, very, very painful. So what is this message that needs to be heard in my pain? And it's what I'm going to talk about tonight. It's about living and leading our lives aligned to our true selves. How many of us get to a certain age and feel as if, rather than living an authentic life, living a life that is based on who we truly are, we live a life based on the expectations of others, or what we perceive the expectations of others to be, and find ourselves so disconnected from who we truly are, from what I call our true nature, that we feel that pain. We become consciously aware of that pain, that hurt, that comes from living a life disconnected from our truth, who we truly are, who we would truly be if we'd have had the courage and we'd have had the support and the encouragement to be when we first arrive. I have some beautiful grandchildren now, some very young still babies, and I look at them and they are so true to their nature. They don't have any concern about the expectations of others, but they're starting to learn it. They're starting to learn that when they disappoint their parents, when they upset others, that others don't seem to love them as much, or don't seem to be as connected as much. And I think that's when this disconnection from our true selves begins. We start to change ourselves in order to fit in order to be part of something. But I don't know about you, but the society that I am being pulled and coerced into being part of is so out of line with my nature. It's so out of line with nature. And I think now is the time those of us that feel that pain, are hearing that message, need to return to a more natural way of being. What I call nature consciousness. I also call it natural mindfulness. It's a path. It's not a destination. I don't think we ever arrive. I think we should always be noticing when we wander from the path and connecting with nature, the nature around us, the nature within us and each other, to find our way back to that path. Because it's only when we walk that path that we are aligned to who we truly are. And I believe that path is with nature. And I'll be talking about that with Althea this evening at 7 p.m, the 26th of August. Althea records these, so if you can't watch the podcast loive and be with us live, I'd love you to be there. It'd be nice to feel that we're speaking with a live audience there. I know there will be lots of people there with us later as well, but there's plenty of room for all. But if not, there will be a recording that I will share with people. So if you can't make it, the information and the recording will be available to you afterwards. So it's this evening, 26th of August, 7 p.m. It's myself and Althea Finch, the PainFree specialist, with a beautiful message and a beautiful methodology that I absolutely love. And we'll be talking about what she does, what I do this evening, and sharing both of our passions for PainFree, a pain-free life, and when I say a pain-free life, I think I probably need to mention this, is it's the pain that we get from the message that we need to be hearing. That's the pain we need to be freeing ourselves from. There are other pains in life that are useful pain, because it helps us grow, it helps us change direction. And as soon as we start growing, and we start changing direction, that pain fades away. And so pain is useful. But if you want a more pain-free life, then we need to be listening to that message, and we need to be finding our path, and we need to be walking that path as well. Anyway, I'll leave it at that. That's a 10-minute video. I only expected it to be 5, but I got a little bit over emotional thinking about what's been happening. So I hope you can join us. I'll put details underneath this video, and I look forward to connecting with you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.